بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
Surah 95 At-Teen. Surah 95 At-Teen, the wholesome thoughts. This surah is an evolution of man's zigzag flowing life. His life changes when he thinks. He is independent from his own thoughts and does not care about Allah, which is his own system of consciousness. Because of his overconfidence or contentment, he becomes relaxed or languid. Man has been bestowed with immense bounties, but his ultimate nourishment depends upon his carefulness of selecting the quality of thoughts. Man is a product of his thoughts, and his evolution and development depend upon the quality of thoughts he entertains. The thoughts of complacent nature leads man to act carelessly, thus isolating himself from his own magnanimous system of consciousness. In spite of receiving nourishment in abundance from the nature cycle and enjoying a hallowed status among all the creation, for being evolved in the best pattern, he falls into the lowest of low because of his wrong thoughts, which compels him to act in a wrong way. Thus changing his original pattern, the surah emphasizes that the status of man depends upon his thoughts and deeds. Even though man being the best product of the system of consciousness, yet his status cannot be taken for granted, and that it doesn't guarantee him a permanent favorable status. It is upon the individual to maintain his esteem, loving, helpful and social nature for which he is being recognized or favored as a human.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
With the exalted identification of the system of consciousness, the Rahman, the Rahim.
والتين والزيتون.
Due to the wholesome and the admirable thoughts.
وطور سينين.
That means having a distinct, diverse form of learning.
وهذا البلد الأمين.
And this result in the trusting, languid, relaxed mindset.
لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم.
Indeed, we have evolved the social mind, which is insan, in the best ever configuration.
ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين.
Then we reduce him to the lowest of low.
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون.
Except who himself feel the taste of safety, security, and does reconciliatory work, then they shall have their reward without obligation.
فما يكذبك بعد بالدين.
So what caused you to disagree? Deny after being with the state of submissive, obedient mindset.
أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
Is not Allah, which is system of consciousness, with the wisest of ruler, which is one who rules or regulate his or her mind with wisdom. Moral of the Surah. The Surah is about evolution of man, but his development depends upon the quality of thoughts he occupied with. In spite of being the best evolutionary specimen among the species and enjoy the hallowed status in the environment, he takes his status for granted because of his languid, lethargic attitude. Thus he falls lowest of the low by alienating himself from the system of his own consciousness. Mankind is advised to remain steadfast with the rules and regulation of their conscious system, which is Allah, and do good work, because we cannot fool our own system of consciousness, as the system of consciousness is with those who conduct their affairs wisely.